What's up, gamers, and welcome back. I have been gone for some time. Thankfully, it was brief. Special shout out to all my friends and supporters that got me back into content creating. So to get back on track, I wanted to revisit a video game movie that I enjoyed a lot. Today we are going to take a look at Need for Speed, the movie that came out back in 2014. So the rise of video game movies actually are doing better. Seems not to be just a regular dream after all. There are still not many to name, but enough to wake up Hollywood to show them what works. Especially after the recent success of Sonic the Hedgehog. However, this made me think about one that was good to me and is now under the radar. As said before, the 2014 movie based on the famed street racing game of the same name, starring Aaron Paul as Toby Marshall, who is a down-on-his-luck mechanic who races muscle cars to keep his garage afloat. And yes, this is going to be some spoilers. It's been out for a while now, so I'm sorry to say. Spoiler alert! One day, of course, he gets an opportunity of a lifetime to bring back the famed Shelby GT. An updated version, that is. However, he had to make a deal with his rival, Dino Brewster, played by Dominique Cooper. Ego's getting away, of course, and they go on an illegal race to prove who is the best racer, with Toby's apprentice, Pete, played by Harrison Gilbertson, in the mix, only to be killed by Dino. Of course, Toby takes the fall while his rich rival gets away with it. This takes a turn where Toby Marshall seeks the help from the seller to borrow that same famed car to go cross country in order to get into the De Leon, hosted by Batman. Monarch, played by Michael Keaton. That was a nice surprise in my favor, to be honest. I didn't know he was going to be in this movie. It was trippy. And yes, I actually went to the theaters to watch this movie. Long story short, things get nuts as this turns into a cannonball run with his lovely navigator Julia Madon, played by Imogen Poots. Their banter between the racing and going across country shows this nice build-up, which at first it looked like a friendship that leads into a romantic affair. So, it was pretty cool. Not too bad. Here's the main question that many people have asked me. So why do I think this was a great video game movie? First off, it takes some notes from Need for Speed, The Run, as you have to race through the US from Cali to New York. But the movie does it in reverse. You gotta go from New York to California. All the racing is done without CGI. When I saw the behind the scenes footage of how they was doing all the racing, the crashing, and especially breaking all these expensive looking cars, oh no. That was a big seller for me. They show off a lot of intense scenarios and comedic run-ins. The car they drive in gets pushed to the limit, so my hat's off to the stunt drivers in this film. Even though the plot is cliche, most of the Need for Speed street racing games are like that. Being that Most Wanted was my favorite, and I do mean the 2005 version. Also recently Need for Speed Heat, which take us back to those roots, but we gotta talk about the supporting cast, which livens up the whole thing with Kid Cudi, Rami Malek, Ramon Rodriguez, and Dakota Johnson. You can definitely tell Kid Cudi had fun playing as Benny, known as Liar One. Maverick. Sorry, Maverick. I don't want a plane getting flown at me. But yeah, he just had a blast. He just freaking made me laugh through the whole movie, especially at the special end credits where you gotta check that out. But yeah, just want to share that real quick. To choose a downside, it would have to be within said plot. If there was a detective type that was sniffing out the truth, it would have made this better. There was no way Dino should have gotten away with saying his cars were stolen and no witnesses saw 3 Koenigsegg cars racing. They was racing through highways, public streets, and nobody saw a thing. That didn't make no sense to me. There's no way that could happen. But that's just me nitpicking on that little plot device. All in all, I definitely recognize Need for Speed being a great video game movie, and that is just my personal beast opinion on that. However, share your thoughts, as I am quite curious for rebuttals, or if you share the same feelings, great. Comment your thoughts below. And yes, this is just the beginning. There's going to be more thoughts on other video game movies. Maybe I have a change of heart on a few. I hope you enjoyed. Please hit that notification button as well as the sub to the channel to stay up to date. Again, special shout out for those that helped me through my dire need. I appreciate you all and believing in my work and my creativity. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's just nice to see that people are supporting what I'm doing. It keeps me going. And as always, be stout.